Today we're looking at the vegogarden modular raised garden bed. Today I'm volunteering at my kids' school to help put in garden beds and beautify the school a bit, and I'm really excited that we get to add this vegogarden modular raised garden bed. It is the perfect addition to any garden as it is modular. We can fit it into lots of different places. It arrived to my door compact. It's actually not too heavy, so it's really easy to get around. Let's see what it's like put together. So I'm here at the school garden where we are going to set up this vegogarden classic raised garden bed. What I love about it is that it's modular. So this space is a little bit awkward. We have some other beds there. There's a tree going in. We have some agaves that probably need to be moved. But luckily we can change the configuration of the size to make sure it fits in properly and also to make sure our raised bed is going to get the best amount of sun. So let's go ahead and start building it. So it came wrapped in cardboard, which is great because we can also use this cardboard to put on the base of our bed as a great base liner. So here's our edge pieces. We have 4 of those. And then we have our side pieces. I chose the terracotta color because I thought that would go nicely with the school. So we have 8 side pieces. It comes with full instructions and then all our hardware and safety edging, which is important. We are at a school and we don't want any kids to get cut by the sides of this planter. Also included in the hardware is the tool to tighten all the little screws, nuts, and bolts. All right, so let's just start building. You can change the configuration. So this is the square, but I think, yeah, if we do a rectangle there, one end, and then make it longer. So put, yeah.
Perfect thing for this space.
Yeah. So here is what we have so far. Like I said, what I like about this bed is that it is completely modular. So we chose to do kind of a wide rectangle. You could do a much narrower rectangle or more of a square shape, but for this garden space, this seemed like the perfect size. My next job is I am going to add gopher wire to the bottom because there are gophers in this area, and then we will fill it in with cardboard and wood and potting soil. Okay, so I'm gonna level off this soil to make the bed flat, and then add the gopher wire on top. Our bed is mostly level. Some of this extra soil I'm gonna save to help fill up the bottom of the bed. All right, I think we're good. Now I'm gonna add the gopher wire, and I'm just gonna raise it up on the sides. And when you're dealing with gopher wire or chicken wire, heavy duty chicken wire, you're gonna wanna wear gloves because it's sharp. And then I have some wire cutters that will do the job. And I'm just gonna make sure my piece is bigger than what I actually need to make it even less likely that the gophers can get in.
続ける目覚めることのない夜届かぬ光をただ見る
So since the gopher wire is so sharp, and because this is a garden at a school, I'm going to want to make sure that I bend that gopher wire down. So if any little hands go in, I don't want them to get spiked. So we want to make sure it's deep in the soil, but also turned in.
光と影が交じり割る夢に残る記憶さえ幻とし
Another thing I like about this garden bed is it's really solid. It gives you really strong nuts and bolts. At the top we've got these rounded ones because these are the ones that are going to be above the soil. These ones will be below soil. They're stainless steel, so they won't rust. The whole planter is steel, so it is weatherproof. Here at our school, we are quite near the ocean, so it's really important to get rust-proof materials. And we are looking good for our first layer. So next, I'm gonna add cardboard down for a few reasons. This will help remove all the weeds that are in the bed, the existing weeds in the bed, and provide an extra layer of protection against the gophers, and it will make sure the soil stays in the garden bed. Of course, we got to include our Vego garden box. We're also gonna add some wood to the bottom. It's not true culture because I don't have that much wood, but this will actually be good to hold the cardboard down. And now, final step, we'll add our soil mix. One nice thing is on the vegogarden website, they have a soil calculator which you can input what size bed you're making, whether or not you're doing culture, and they'll tell you how many cubic feet of soil you'll need and how many bags you need to buy. You can even buy bags of soil directly from their website if you don't have a way to buy it locally. For the bottom layer, I'm also going to add some of the soil that we already have in the surrounding garden. Last bag of soil, it looks like thank you to the soil calculator, we bought the exact correct amount. So look at this, here we go. It's really fun getting dirty in the garden. All our soil is in, and the final step is to add the edging. This is, as mentioned, this is at an elementary school, so we want to make sure it's completely safe. There's a little bit of sharp edges where each of the modular pieces come together. We don't want anyone to snag their clothes or get a cut, so I'm just going to add this, and it just kind of slides on, and it's pretty satisfying. You just shove it on the length, and then we'll cut it when we get all the way around. So it's pretty straightforward. So it just slides on the side here, and you just push it down. And we go all the way around. It can be kind of tricky when you get to the pieces that come together, but you can just use a little bit of strength to push it down, and it goes on pretty quick and easy. This is a pretty easy final step. I'm even doing it one-handed with the camera in the other hand. And we do want to make sure we get both sides. You don't want to leave the edge sticking out. You want to make sure you completely cover the seam. Okay, we have reached the end of that. Luckily, there's not too much excess. I'm just gonna cut it here. So that is the vegogarden classic 17-inch raised garden bed. As mentioned, the really awesome points are that it's modular, it delivers straight to your door in a really compact way. It comes with all the tools that you need, the instructions, and their website is full of great tips and tricks, including a soil calculator, which was really helpful here. I am really excited to share this with the school that this is being donated to. I think the kids are gonna have a lot of fun planting it up and seeing their own growth come right before their eyes. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments below. I also have a vegogarden purchase code. You can find it in the description below. They have so many products that will just level up your gardening game. Definitely check them out. Don't forget, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok, and of course, subscribe.